I learned through experience, so coming to SYA, it seemed like a cool way to learn a new language and a culture, not just in a classroom environment, but through hands-on experiences, and that really appealed to me. There's a lot of different aspects to Viterbo that make it interesting to us.
If you go to San Pellegrino, the oldest quarter here, I mean, it looks like a set from a film, but it's legitimate.
I came to Italy knowing pretty much zero in Italian. I could say ciao with a really bad accent. Within the first few days, I was learning much more than I realized I ever could.
The whole town seems to be on board with us being here. If you walk in the first week and you try to speak English, like, no, only Italian.
Their interactions with us is filtered by knowing that we're not tourists and knowing that we're here to learn about the culture.
If you are able to speak another language, like that opens up so many more opportunities to try and get to know people and get to know the world.
And Italian, well, I'm really biased, but Italian is the most beautiful language in the world.
Without the host families, it'd be really hard for them to embrace the language and the culture in the same way, because they really do get to be part of those families.
They are some of the most incredible people I've ever met. They welcomed me into their home immediately.
From day one, they weren't trying to hide anything from me. I just walked into their door and I was a part of the family. You kind of get a window into something that you wouldn't necessarily have if you just studied abroad without a host family, you know.
All our trips are curriculum-based. We never go to a place if we have not studied it, analyzed it, understood it.
Reading about the Pantheon in archaeology, and then on our following Friday trip, going to actually see the Pantheon. Like looking at the oculus above you, that's when you know that this is next level cool, you know?
We worked for a weekend at an archaeological site near here, and then we worked a little bit on a Roman road. Something about touching the stones themselves, handling the tools, is a lot easier to learn from than just staring at a diagram.
I feel like in Italy there's always something you can learn, and there's always a new fact that's super interesting as well. Then you can just go step outside your house and you'll see evidence of that.
We don't study the classics for the classics' sake necessarily, but also to try to understand our world today.
I was worried about the college application process before coming because I had seen that my older siblings in America had gone through it. It was very stressful for them, but the college counselor here is wonderful. She has everything under control. She knows exactly what she's doing, and thank goodness I got accepted into my top choice school, which is the College of William and Mary. I think SYA was probably a large factor in that acceptance.
So I think it's a differentiator that you've taken that risk in order to really embrace something new.
It's just a great experience to meet new people, to make new experiences, make memories.
It's changed the way I look at everything, a whole new culture, a new perspective, a new language, and most of all, the people I've met here.